local community. From a small dent to major collision repair, Hamilton Paint and Body is here for you. Owners Brett and Kim Guin would like to say thank you for your business.
Northwest Alabama Heating and Cooling, blowing away our competition.
Hello, I'm Richard Kitchens, owner of Sports Gallery here on the Court Square in Hamilton. I'd like to thank all of our customers and thank you for watching the Hamilton City Council meeting.
Hi, my name is Randy Whitehead, President and CEO of People's Trust Bank. I invite you to view the live streaming of Hamilton City Council meetings every first and third Monday at 6 o'clock p.m.
In your perfect stay at the Holiday Inn in Guin off of I-22. Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
I'm Rick Chambliss with Marion County Funeral Home and Spry Memorial Chapel in Russellville, Alabama. This is Glenda Cochran, our manager out here. Under the laws of Alabama that was passed in 2002, a funeral establishment has to be certified with the state and carry a certificate of authority before they can even talk to anyone when the time comes is guaranteed to be there.
Since 1987, Smith Furniture has been in business to serve the community with high quality furniture at the best price. Some of our name brands are Homestretch, Ashley, Lazy Boy, Catnapper, Lane, Bar Bassett, GE, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and Maytag. We offer finance in 12 months, same as cash. So stop by Fulton, Mississippi and see Jim, Shannon, and Joe at Smith's Furniture or call us at 662-862-7412.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Meeting tonight, we're proud to have some special folks with us tonight, visiting with us, and that would be our new police chief has come to sit with us tonight, and we welcome all of our media, and our special guest, Casey Kidd, traveled all the way from Texas to kind of catch us up with Napa Retail and some of the things they have to help us with our growth here in Hamilton. So appreciate you being here. Casey will be calling on you at the appropriate time to come and present. Come in, Mr. Compassi, have a seat with us. Oh, congratulations on that very smart daughter that just graduated. We noticed that she was valedictorian, I believe.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for mentioning that.
Yes.
She's working real hard.
Very proud of her. I know you are. Congratulations on such a talented youngster.
Thank you very much.
Tell her we sent you.
You know, she's had a lot of good help at the school, too. There's some really good teachers there that have really been good to her.
Well, thank you. We're proud of her and know her future is bright. At this time, we'll stand and have our usual invocation and then our Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll get started with the official meeting. Heavenly Father, we pause just to thank you for this beautiful day here in Hamilton. We thank you, Lord, for the many blessings you send our way. And we ask that you be with us in this meeting tonight. Help us, Lord, as we struggle with issues sometimes and seek answers, Lord, that only your wisdom could provide. We thank you for the people we serve with and the people that live in our community. And we ask that you would continue with us. In Christ's name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Item one of our, I mentioned this, it's upcoming, and we might not have another meeting before this happens, but part of our group will be off the 3rd and 4th. They'll take a personal day on the 3rd, vacation day, and then we'll let them off the 4th. But our garbage men have decided to work on the 3rd. That would be Monday the 3rd. So any of our garbage customers need to put your cans out on Monday because we will be running that day. Your Tuesday garbage will be on the 4th. That'll be picked up on a double day Wednesday. So just want you to understand, everybody that's Monday customers will be picked up as usual on Monday. And then people on the 4th will have your garbage picked up on Wednesday, along with the regular Wednesday customers. We'll do a double on that day.
I appreciate you guys doing that, because trying to make up for 2 days on a Wednesday is just impossible.
Yeah.
It's just
They saw fit that it would be better for them to just go ahead and work on the 3rd, even though some of the other employees will be taking a personal day or a vacation day, and then they'll be off 3rd and 4th. But our garbage department's faithful enough to the city and the customers to take care of them on the 3rd as usual. And we thank them for that decision that they made. Okay, recommendation 1 would be to approve the minutes of the June 5th, 2023 City Council meeting. We'd need a motion for that.
Motion.
We got a motion from Ross.
Second.
Second from Scott Robertson. All those in favor of approving the minutes, thank you. Item 2 is a recommendation to approve the minutes of a special call City Council meeting that was held on June 12th, 2023. And we've had minutes from that meeting also.
Make a motion.
We got a motion from Ross.
Second.
Second from Wade. All in favor of approving those minutes, thank you. Item 3 is a recommendation to change the next scheduled City Council meeting from Monday, July 3rd to Monday, July 10th. And in order to change that, we need to go public with that and make it official tonight.
I'll make it.
Okay, we got a motion from Wade. We need a second. Second from Ross. Those in favor of having our meeting on the 10th, thank you. That will help those who may have been on vacation at that time or out of town and assure us of having a quorum present. Thank you. Item 4, and because of the change of this date, we're going to ask you to do this. We're going to recommend to approve our accounts payable bills for June 2023, and this will allow them to get them out on time, but since we're postponing our meeting, we normally pay our bills earlier, so this will be allowing us to pay our bills that have come due for June at the first of the month. And we need to do a change in that matter too.
I'll make a motion.
Ross made the motion to make that change, and
Second
by Scott, and those in favor. Thank you. Takes care of our bills that will be due. And item is a recommendation to allow employees to take Monday, July the 3rd off with pay only if the employees use one of their vacation days in this absence. And then the city, of course, will approve the federal holiday, the 4th, as a paid holiday. Got a motion from Ross. We'll need a second.
Second.
Got a second from Scott. Those in favor of that? Okay. That made it official that we can let them take off by taking a vacation day. We did need to approve that. Now we're down to Casey's part of the program. We're going to ask you to come forward, Casey, and give us kind of an update and tell us about some things maybe that would be exciting for our city.
Absolutely. And I've kind of talked with you guys a little bit more specifically outside of the meeting, and so I'll kind of keep it general tonight and kind of relay back to you some things from Vegas, as well as just some general things going on with the economy and what that ultimately means for Hamilton. So we were in Vegas the end of May, and that was the best attended show that we've seen since before COVID. There's about 25,000 people in Vegas, and we've just not seen a gathering that large since 2019. So we were very fortunate to be there. I had nearly all of our staff there, and so by the time I got back, I had a stack of business cards about yay high on the desk, and that was just my stack. Everybody else in the company had a stack about the same size. And so we're still to this day going through that list and trying to follow back up with people, send them some sites and things like that they had asked for back when we were out there. One of the things that we've noticed, at Vegas, but then also just generally in the economy, is that a lot of these tenants are still in expansion mode. So they're still looking to build stores, but ground up development right now is really costly, and we talked a little bit about that earlier. But the material costs are going down, but the labor costs just aren't, and capital costs are really high. So, with prime at 8.25, last time I checked, that's pretty expensive to be able to finance something that costs on the upwards of $10 to $15 million. And so just keep that in mind. It's not the end of the road. I literally just finished up a hotel feasibility study for a community. And even with the capital costs being so high, construction costs being what they are, it still came out at 15% IRR, which is a really good rate of return, all things considered. And so there's still opportunity there. It's just more costly to seize that opportunity, and that's why what we've kind of noticed is a lot of people are just kind of in a holding pattern, I guess you could say. They're just kind of hovering over these deals. They're still very much interested in doing deals, but 2 and 3 years ago, or even before COVID, they would have been, this looks good, let's do it. Now it's like, this looks good, let's check on a few things, or let's, let me talk to somebody else. And so that's just been kind of the temperature of the room for a lot of these trade shows that we've been to recently. There's strong interest in redevelopment opportunities, and that's something I know that y'all have texted a little bit with Caleb as well as myself, and Caleb's our development manager, and so what he really specializes in is putting developments together, not just knowing the tenants and knowing the markets, but then also being able to know the financials that go into a deal and what things cost and what rents would need to be paid in order for both parties to make some money. And so something he and I have talked about recently is there's a lot of opportunities I see in Hamilton for redevelopment. Obviously, we're going to pursue ground-up development as well, new development, but knowing that everyone's really kind of hovering around redevelopment right now, that's something we're going to be working on as well and kind of focusing on at least until the economy kind of settles down and hopefully interest rates either don't go up or they come back down as well. One thing we've noticed is that when these conditions are the way that they are in the market, like they are today, with high interest rates, high construction costs, high labor costs, the first thing that we notice with investors and developers is that kind of a sense of fear. And when there's that sense of fear in the market, the first thing they look for is, number one, high quality real estate. This means real estate that may not be the cheapest real estate, but it's a slam dunk. It's going to be a slam dunk, and that's where I think for Hamilton, the interstate properties are really going to be a key piece. having guaranteed traffic on the interstate, having already built some successful businesses on the interstate, I think that's going to breed success for future businesses in Hamilton. The other thing is just strong credit quality and relationships with banks. Obviously, the better you know your bank in a time when interest rates are 8 1/4. I know for my bank, they're always offering me some type of discounts for being a loyal member and a good customer of theirs. And so that's something that a lot of developers are having to sink their teeth into right now, is to figure out ways, more creative ways to manage the financial aspect of building something. Now, outside of just Vegas, we've been in talks with one hotel brand, but that's now going up to 2 hotel brands that are interested. And the last one we spoke to was so interested that she was going to a hotel show in Alabama last Friday. And I think Caleb talked to her the first part of the week. By the end of the week, she was taking Hamilton's feasibility study to the show with her. That's how motivated she was to help us promote this, because she thinks it's a really good project, and she's looking to advertise that as well. I'm not necessarily saying we get 2 hotels instead of 1, but I can guarantee you there's 2 hotels that are interested at this point, or 2 different brands, that is. She also has an in-house architect, and so she's going to be working with her in-house architect to get a rendering and site plan together for that. And so we expect that in the next couple of weeks when she gets back from that hotel show. And I think that'll be really good to help us market it as well. She was very familiar with the market. She was very up on the market. She was very interested. And the one that we had been talking to is still very interested as well. The first one we talked to, they're actually working with a preferred developer out of Atlanta right now that we're trying to connect with and get everything that they need in order to make a decision in front of them. And so that's ongoing as well. There's another somewhat larger scale development that we're assisting with right now, and with the help of Scott, who connected with us with a few people that are involved in that. We expect that to bring multiple businesses to town, and obviously success breeds success. It's like dominoes. You get the next one, the next one, the next one. We expect there to be some restaurants added to that as well. We're still in talks with a QSR, our quick service restaurant, that would be potentially interested in that site, as well as even some of the city-owned property at exit 14. There was one of the C-stores that we spoke to that was not keen on being close to other C-stores that are already in the market. And so we're actually now pitching them sites at exit 7. And so we're kind of utilizing their rebuttal to our benefit, and that is, hey, if you don't want to be at this exit, we got another exit for you. And so we expect there to be some interest at that exit as well. We're sending them some information about some of the properties there. There was also recently some interest in space near Walmart, and so we're chasing that lead as well. They're looking for another anchor tenant to go with them, but should this anchor tenant that we've got in mind for that be interested, then this junior anchor will also be part of that. And so we think that that will be a slam dunk if we can pull that together. And so just to kind of summarize, right now it's not impossible to do a deal. There's actually a lot of deals that we've been a part of, even in the past couple of months, that have come to fruition. But it is a little bit more difficult, with high interest rates, high construction costs, high labor costs. And so just, we're going to chase every single lead that we get, every single business card that we collected in Vegas, we will follow back up with. We will send them site plans, we will send them the hotel feasibility study, we'll send them the demographics and sales data that we have. All of that is actively happening. I encourage y'all, if y'all ever have questions, that's why I'm here, that's why Caleb's there. Caleb's especially good if you ever have questions about what stands in the way of someone being able to develop something, because he understands a lot about the process of going from a piece of dirt to a building with a parking lot and people in it. And that's why we hired him. And so he's been really good to kind of help walk all of us through this. And so he's chasing every lead, as well as the rest of our staff for Hamilton. Anything that we can throw their way, and I'm not asking for anything tonight, but anything that we can throw their way to help alleviate costs, or even help them just in a roundabout way to finance a deal, is very helpful nowadays. At least as the economy sits today and the banks sit. That's going to be the major hurdle that we're going to have to get past. And so securing financing, especially as the value of the property goes up or the investment or the development goes up, it's going to be really tricky. And so that's where I would encourage y'all, and we can have talks offline as well, but I would encourage y'all to think about what not only can you do as a city government to incentivize, but also what you would be willing to do as a city government to help alleviate some of these costs. Even though our feasibility study was done not too long ago, we expect that even some of those costs may be higher now. And that's something we can definitely revisit and we can update, but I just kind of want to prepare y'all for that, that if what we thought a year and a half ago was this, it may be higher today, and that may require some intervention from the city. And so just keep that in mind. As always, that's why we're here, to help, advise and really kind of walk y'all through as well what would be needed in order to get some of these people, certainly, y'all know I'm a pilot, so, to use airplane terms, the people in the holding pattern, to get them to land. And so that's really, the name of the game today. So with that, y'all have any questions for me? I kind of sped through that, but I'm more than happy to answer anything. And I prefer not to get into any specifics about these tenants, but just general questions about some of the things that I mentioned tonight.
Well, the goal of our council and myself is to see new growth, and retail, I think, will bring people to Hamilton, and we certainly would like to see additional retail, and of course that's why we reached out to you guys. Y'all have the contacts and can probably achieve more than we could by trying to sell ourselves, because if you feel good about Hamilton and you've got the company, we'd rather have you speaking for us than to try to sell it ourselves. And not that I don't think these guys can sell, but y'all are the pros, and we were depending on you, of course, and we love to see some fruit.
Yeah. Well, and that's that right there. It's I know the fruit helps, but just know that every day that goes by, there's another person that's here in Hamilton, and that's the part that we can guarantee. Pulling some of these people out of the sky and getting them to land in Hamilton, there's no certainty in that, but I can guarantee that every day of the week that there's somebody at our company that's in Hamilton. It's really interesting, the kind of, the market that we're in, the environment that we're in. I got an email from a friend of mine that he and I saw each other in Vegas, and we're part of an email group, and he sent an email kind of his takeaway from Vegas and the trade show. And one of the things that he pointed out is they just did a deal, I won't say with who, but with a grocery store, and they've got all these tenants that are circling, but the one that they ended up landing ended up paying 95% of their asking price, which is kind of unheard of, because if everything's really expensive right now, you would assume asking prices are probably expensive too, but they paid nearly asking price for the dirt that they ended up locating on. And so that just goes to show that the ones that are interested are usually very interested in markets like this. And so for us, it helps kind of cut out some of the ones that are just kind of mildly interested. Because now we're going from people that are just going to flat out tell you, no, we're not interested, to people like, we're very interested, I'm going to take this to a trade show, next Friday. And that's the kind of environment that we're in. And so I'm not making any promises out of that, but I will say to hear back, and this is not just me speaking, to hear back from these interested parties that they are interested is a really big deal right now. Because they would tell us if they were.
There's existing redevelopment properties, that building that's already here.
Yeah, that's anything that's already here that we consider to be underutilized.
Is that like former shopping center?
Yeah. We call that backfill. So typically when a shopping center is built and something goes in there, but then it either closes or relocates somewhere else, that space needs to be backfilled. And so what we look for there is a tenant that might be looking for second generation space that can backfill that property, and usually at a lower rent. And so that's kind of the name of the game there. I can actually
look at places like that now.
Yes. And that's something that people are very interested in right now. I was fortunate enough to have a meeting with a guy who His company, they work with about 25 different retailers, and all they do is relocations. And so they're kind of like the tenant rep, but what they're doing is basically when one of their tenants calls them up and says, hey, in such and such market, I need a 20% rent reduction, or I need to be paying 20% less rent. And so his job is then to go find space where they can locate and pay less rent. And so sometimes that means them moving out of the market entirely, but sometimes it's just from one property to another. And so by tapping into that network, which is something we're doing currently, we're looking to find those that are currently kind of juxtaposed with these difficult financial decisions, not being able to afford the workforce, and so they're having to make up for that with less rent. Well, that means that they're going to be looking for a new space, or I say new, a different space. And that's sometimes, like you're saying, you know, an older shopping center, something might have moved out, and we can move them in for less rent. And so we're just trying to chase every lead possible, and that's definitely one of the avenues that we're utilizing right now.
Do you guys mind that when we communicate back and forth, the email is okay to do that?
Absolutely.
Does that bother you guys?
We love that. It's always encouraging to us when our clients do communicate with us, because it lets us know that y'all are engaged as well.
Yeah.
The last thing we want to do is, you know, to work in a silo, because at the end of the day, we might have great success, but if we never hear back from y'all, it really, you know, it doesn't do much for us. And so that's why it's good to hear
We're
back.
always thinking, and if you don't mind, we'll share some of our thoughts with you guys.
And we'll do the same. We'll shoot it right back to you.
Okay, very good. Ross, any questions? Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
Traveling all the way from Texas to address us tonight. We appreciate the efforts y'all are putting forward to sell us to the world and bring us new retail, and we thank you for that. And this talented young lady I spoke of is in the room now. I'd like for her to come forward and would like to take a moment from our meeting and have for a picture op, if you don't mind. And we'll let you tell us about your plans for the future. Just come on up with us if you don't mind.
Sorry, we sprung that on you.
Sprung that one on you, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Well, tell us a little bit about your future plans now that you're out of high school.
Well, this August I'm going to Mississippi State to study electrical engineering. Very excited about that. Never thought I'd be going to Mississippi State, seeing as my family is Ole Miss fans.
Yeah. Hey, opportunity presents itself to seize on it.
Yep.
Well, congratulations for those high marks you made in high school. We're proud of you. We just wanted to recognize you here tonight. And if you will, we'll let you come on in here and have a picture made with us.
Mr. Mayor, we were real proud. Yesterday she was contacted by the Society of Women's Engineering.
Yeah, I got a scholarship for that.
Okay. And accepted into their society. We were proud of that.
I'm just glad to stand by someone this smart, I'll tell you.
To take that after a mom or a dad? Probably both, I'm sure. Thank you, we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Just like right up here. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Sounds
We
good.
really hope your career is going to be as right as it can be.
Come back, Ross, tell me. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll let us get one more picture.
No, I'm sorry.
It's got the still picture he wants to make.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
When I was in school, I always thought a C was the grade back. They say that's not the best. No. Chief, you got any words of wisdom you want to pass on to us?
No, I just wanted to let y'all know that the officers made 22 arrests since our last city council meeting. 7 of those arrests were drug related, 3 domestic violence, 5 DUIs, 2 warrants, those existing Hamilton warrants, 2 theft related arrests, and 3 public intoxication arrests.
Y'all been busy.
They have definitely been busy.
Well, tell them we appreciate the good work. Was our group involved in the home invasion investigation, or was that out of our city limits?
That was outside our city limits, but our officers did respond to the area and try to locate the vehicle.
Is that not kind of unusual for Hamilton?
Definitely so. Definitely so.
Wow.
But our guys did respond to the area and attempt to locate the vehicle, but we were unable to make contact with the vehicle.
I'm proud no one was injured in that.
I'm not sure
Okay.
as far as the facts.
I didn't hear the results. I just knew it made the news. Some of the, I believe Birmingham News was carrying it for a day or two. Kind of unusual for us. We don't want any more of those happenings.
No, sir.
I'd like to go off the agenda just a little bit and change it slightly tonight. I've been thinking on something I want to bring forward to guys tonight. It involves our distinguished city clerk. I've been here 6 years plus, and we've had sparkling audits, no questions on her audits. She's excellent in her performance, and I'd like to amend the agenda and recommend that we adjust her pay to $26.50 per hour. That'd be about roughly a $3 adjustment.
I make a motion.
We got a motion to go off the agenda and amend the agenda first. Second, okay. All in favor of making the motion? And I'd like to get a motion and vote on the other matter.
Make a motion.
Got a motion from Ross?
Second.
Second from Scott. Those in favor of that adjustment? Okay. Angela, we appreciate you very much and the job you do here at Hamilton for us. And we really put a lot on your shoulders. You don't have an assistant. I have an assistant that helps me, and we know that a lot of cities our size have 2 or 3 people in your department, but you're kind of a solo operator, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And the clean audits you've had are remarkable.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Any further business tonight before we call for adjournment?
Scott Towers not here. Can somebody else make it?
I'll make a motion.
Scott Towers, let's make that motion. He's out of town tonight. And we have declared a seat vacant since Matt's resignation, and we'll be giving that some attention soon, and we'll have a new council person either by appointment or election, whichever we decide.
Made the second.
You got a motion on the...
He made the motion.
And second, are those in favor of adjournment? Thank you. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Local community. From a small dent to major collision repair, Hamilton Paint and Body is here for you. Owners Brett and Kim Guin would like to say thank you for your business.
Northwest Alabama Heating and Cooling, blowing away our competition.
Hello, I'm Richard Kitchens, owner of Sports Gallery here on the Court Square in Hamilton. I'd like to thank all of our customers, and thank you for watching the Hamilton City Council meeting.
Hi, my name is Randy Whitehead, President and CEO of People's Trust Bank. I invite you to view the live streaming of Hamilton City Council meetings every first and third Monday at 6:00 p.m.
Your perfect stay at the Holiday Inn in Guin off of I-22. Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
I'm Rick Chambliss with Marion County Funeral Home and Spry Memorial Chapel in Russellville, Alabama. This is Glenda Cochran, our manager out here. Under the laws of Alabama that was passed in 2002, a funeral establishment has to be certified with the state and carry a certificate of authority before they can even talk to anyone when the time comes is guaranteed to be there.
Since 1987, Smith Furniture has been in business to serve the community with high-quality furniture at the best price. Some of our name brands are Homestretch, Ashley, Lazy Boy, Catnapper, Lane, Bar Bassett, GE, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and Maytag. We offer finance in 12 months, same as cash. So stop by Fulton, Mississippi and see Jim, Shannon, and Joe at Smith's Furniture, or call us at 662-862-7412.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.